While there is a lot of emphasis on the first words the child speaks, not much thought is given to what the child first listens to. I have no doubt that MS Subbulakshmi's voice was the first music I ever heard, and it was the Venkatesh Subrabhatam. Her mother, Shanmugavadivu, was an accomplished musician and she hailed from the Devadasi community. Her grandmother was a noted violinist. She was trained in pure Carnatic music by Senmangudi Srinivas Iyer and she also mastered the Hindustani classical music under the renowned vocalist Pandit Narayan Rao Vyas. Seeing her extremely talented daughter grow up in a beautiful woman, Shanmugavadivu wanted to get her settled like each and every mother thinks of a daughter. However, as the members of the society could not contemplate matrimony with the Devadasi's daughter, the mother tried her utmost to get her fixed with wealthy landlords and members of the prosperous Chettiar, otherwise known businessman community, who patronized the Devadasis. However, Subbulakshmi was hell bent on carving a musical career for herself, finding her mother unyielding one day in the dead of the night while her mother was fast asleep. The young girl left home and boarded a Madras bound train. Ultimately, she landed up at the private residence of a noted journalist Kalki Sadasivan, and the rest, as we know, is history. Not many knew that this iconic singer was more than a jewel in the Carnatic crown. She was also a runaway hit in just 5 movies she acted. MS Subbulakshmi acted as Meera in the movie Mirabai and sang the bhajans herself. Mahatma Gandhi was a fan of her Mirabai bhajans. Having heard MS Subbulakshmi sing on All India Radio, Lord Harewood, the director of the famous Edinburgh Festival, invited her to perform at the 1963 Edinburgh Festival. The next year, the singer was invited by the then UN Secretary General Hugh Thant to perform at the General Assembly in New York on the United Nations Day. She was accompanied by V.V. Subramaniam on violin, T.K. Murthy on mridangam, T.H. Vinayakaram on ghatam, and her daughters Radha Vishwanathan on vocals and Vijaya Rajendran on tanpura. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, the then Prime Minister of India, once said about her, "Who am I, a mere Prime Minister, before a queen of music?" Mahatma Gandhi famously remarked, "I would gladly hear Subbulakshmi speak it rather than hear it sung by others." The legendary Ustad Bade Ghulam Ali Khan Saab hailed her as Susra Lakshmi. The reigning melody queen Lata Mangeshkar ji once hailed her Tapaswini. For the past few months, I've been working on an album of MS Subbulakshmi Garu, Gems of Tyagaraja Volume 1. The album has 8 Tyagaraja Kritis in total, and you can see some famous Kritis over here which were my favorite, like Swar Raga Sudha, explaining the essence of good music and bad music with case studies and all in Raga Shankarabharanam, Bantu Riti Koluvu Evaya Rama in Raga Hamsanadam, Hecharikaga Rara E Ramachandra in Raga Yadukula Kamboji, Meru Samana, Maya Malava Kolarag, and Devadasi. Banturiti Koluvu, out of all these all, got to my head in Hamsanadam Rag, and I started learning this Kriti on my own. Banturiti Koluvu Evaya Rama. In this song, Sri Tyagaraja Swami pleads with Lord Rama to give him the post of a guard for Sri Rama. The symbolic meaning is that he always wants to be in his presence. I'm nobody before MS Subbulakshmi Garu, and I think I'm in no position to comment about her music style, sense, cultural backgrounds, etc. I've taken some assistance from my music teacher, whom I have known for the past 7 years, and coincidentally, her name is also Subbulakshmi Garu, and this is an interview clip I've taken from her.
Namaskaram everyone. I'm SV Subbulakshmi from Visakhapatnam. I'm a musician, and the first question I was asked to answer was the first experience of listening to MS Subbulakshmi Garu. I belong to a music family and I started listening to her as a toddler. But then at that time I could not understand anything. It was like a lullaby and it was so comforting to listen. But then later on, when I started pursuing music seriously, as a music student, I found when I was struggling with my voice reaching the highs and lows of music like Tarasthai and Mantrasthai, then I realized how difficult it is to do so and how effortlessly Srimati MS Subbulakshmi Garu used to do that. So that was my first experience. Coming to the second question, what is her singing style? That's what is the second question. her singing style is full of devotion, dedication, and discipline. Her music was totally divine. Some people choose music, but for some, music chooses them. She comes to that category. She is a celestial singer, and when she started, be it a Vishnu Sahasranamam, Venkateshwara Suprabhatam, Lalita Sahasranamam, Kanakadhara Stotram, Shiva Panchakshari Stotram, any Stotram, they all will be so eternal. And everybody, whether they are musicians or non-musicians, whether they know music or do not know music, can enjoy her music. So that is why she is the crown of Bharat. She is Bharat Ratna.